I promise you, it's just a matter of when you know your story, you know where you're going. Your now will not be a problem.
My cousin once said to me, Fumani, when you have a bow and arrow pointing at a target, everyone will say, but no, it's not right. It's not right. Until you hit the target, they'll say, oh.
And that's the thing. It's about hitting the target.
That's the thing.
All right, family. I know you've been wondering and saying that, okay, I've not introduced my guest who is sitting with me here, but I promise you that's how. Sure, I started. That's how we run our show. People just think that sometimes all of you celebrities get scared. You're like, okay, is that how you start your show? I'm like, yeah, we just start chill. We just want to talk all things Africa and then just to make sure that we get it all working together for good.
Definitely.
All right, I welcome you all again to this amazing segment, and I'm sitting with a awesome. I think one of the things I will say about him is the fact that when he came upstairs, I'm like, "Ah, man, you are taller. Nah, your TV is not doing anything." I'm like, never. So I had to move back. So in case if you're looking at the screen and you're seeing the height, just imagine me from the eyes of your spirit. I'm taller than him. Like I promise you, I'm taller than him. Don't be carried away by what this camera is doing right now. Even myself, Charles, I'm looking at the camera. I look at the camera. You're not doing justice. I'm taller than him. But I want to welcome you. Thank you. He's loving. Thank you, my brother, for coming.
Thank you for the invite. I really appreciate.
I appreciate you.
When I spoke to a lady, she said, "Yo, this is the idea." I'm like, I'm there.
Yeah.
Don't think twice. Don't. I'm coming because I'm that person. I mean, united we are great, but divided we just
divided we fall. I think
fall.
I said this way. United we stand, divided we fall.
We fall.
Yeah, but we got to find out. I like when you carry that very particular conversation. We got to find out that we struggle in understanding that, despite the fact that we are in our being an African or Africans, we have our own unique diversity. But in the unique diversity, there is some strength that we carry that if we harness it properly, it can form a strong force that can really keep us on that statement that says, united we stand, divided we fall. My first question I'm going to throw to you now, because the show's already started. How do you think that in our diversity, because now sitting you there now, you from Limpopo,
yes,
you're a Tonga, if I'm not mistaken.
Tonga, yes.
Tonga. I'm Nigeria. I'm Ibira. Because a lot of people think, I know a lot of people like, damn, Darlington Ibira, because they think I'm Igbo or Yoruba.
Okay, yeah.
I'm the minority. My country.
And actually, so you are
I'm not Igbo, I'm not Yoruba, I'm Ibira.
I've never heard of that.
That's even the people, my listeners now, they are for the first time, they're like, what? Because in the 15 years of my life, a lot of people, I know that 90% of people, not 90, 95% believe I'm Igbo.
Is it?
99 believe I'm Yoruba. Then 80 believe I'm Hausa. And I'm like, it's okay, I'm an African.
See, those three, I've heard of them before.
Yeah.
But I've never.
Nigeria has 267 million languages.
I know of that. I know there's a lot of languages, but I don't know.
Ibira.
Because you see, I pride myself with one thing. Sorry to interject your
No,
question.
that's okay.
I pride myself with one thing. I'm very aware of Africa. If anyone speaks an African language, I know. Oh,
that's okay.
This is Ghana. This is this. I know because that's how open I am with it.
Yeah.
But
this Ibira. No, I promise you, Ibira, we hardly travel. That's one of the things. Also. We hardly travel.
I see.
And even when we travel, we blend easily because of our tribe. Our tribe, you can find, I'll use the word, we are drop out from Yoruba. So we're like the younger brothers of Yoruba. We drop out of that. So back to my question in terms of how do we then, in our diversity, form a unity government? And I'm saying this question from a standpoint of an African, and also the ability for us to begin to now start having conversations that it's not just South African centered.
Yes.
But obviously the continent centered, which is Africa, where you and I are.
Okay. Let me give you my straight honest answer with that.
Okay.
The fact that we think our diversity is our weak point, that is our first problem.
Wow. Now I need to drink water on that one.
Why? Let me qualify my statement.
Now you can start talking. Now you see, I want to turn. It's getting there gradually.
Let me qualify my statement.
Okay.
I'm Tonga.
Okay.
And then I grew up in Limpopo. You didn't grow up in Limpopo.
No.
There are things that I have that you don't.
True.
There are things that you have, I don't.
Yes, sir.
They're different. But guess what? They will enhance you, enhance me to get to the next step. There's no way those two things are ever going to fight each other. They are different.
But how do we then begin to identify our differences and begin to cement them together?
Is to understand that one basic thing. What I have, you don't have, you will never steal it. You will never have it. It's mine. What I need other things from other people to make me grow stronger.
So when you use the word other people, are you saying other people within your own country or outside of your country?
Other people, I'm talking about Africa in general. We're talking Africa now.
Yeah, we're talking Africa. Yeah, okay.
You know, let me give you
Before you answer your next word, are you open to the idea of collaborating with other Africans?
I am already.
Okay. Obviously on AfriOne show.
I am already.
Okay.
Like I mentioned to you, let me give you a silly example. It might be sensitive, but it has to be given. 2009.
Yeah.
Is it 2009 when that whole xenophobic thing happened?
2009, yeah, 2009.
And then I was working for Metro Rail.
Okay.
So, and it happened and I didn't understand. And I was very vocal against it. And this guy says to me, no, but Fumani, what do you mean? These guys must go home. I'm like, so okay, what do you say about me? He says, what do you mean? I'm like, no.
Exactly.
What do you say about me? He says, what do you mean? Like, Chief, my mother is Mozambican. My dad is South African.
Yeah, but I'll tell you, father is South Africa because remember, we live in a patriarchal system.
So let me show you the point.
Okay.
He says, no, but you're different. I'm like, because you're familiar to me. You've seen me.
I see you.
I've exposed myself to you as a human being. So, going back to answer your question, if we can allow ourselves to open, you realize that, my God, what you have, I just learned something new right now. A tribe that I've never known about in Nigeria.
Yeah.
My brain cell has increased.
True.
Meaning I'm living here smarter. Is that not the whole point?
But what is the struggle with average Africans who are struggling to accommodate or accept the fact that we are one? What is the challenge or what's their struggle? Because I believe that based on the fact that you are exposed as a media practitioner and also being an actor, producer, you would have met people, encountered people, traveled with people. What do you think is the strongest challenge that they are currently going through or they are currently facing that is blocking this idea of just seeing Africans and saying we're one?
Okay. There's context to everything.
Okay.
Fear is the first one.
Fear of what?
Fear of what? Because you always hear let's use a cliche one.
All right.
Nigerian men come and take our women.
You know, funny enough, as I saying that, my mind, I'm like, the way this guy is very tall, he said, there's no Nigerian man that can take his woman. Forget it. He looks like a Nigerian. He has the height. Literally now, I believe that I'm Zulu. I'm short. Zulu people don't come and hear me.
So, question becomes this now.
Yeah.
Stats says that we've got more women than men. Which women are taken?
Okay.
Right? Secondly, what is the difference of people intermingling? Forget marriage.
Okay.
What is the difference of people coming together and form? So, the divide and conquer put us in a fear position to say, damn it, these guys are 1 billion. Let me go say to the guys in northern Nigeria, yo, the ones in the south are saying this. And look, guys, what I'm saying is it's all over Africa.
They
did it in Nigeria. They did it in South Africa, where they said to the Zulus, the Tongas, no. And you go to all over Africa. They did it in Rwanda.
Yeah. Yeah.
They did it in Zimbabwe.
Yeah.
Same modus operandi. Why do you think some guys, they killed Steve Biko for an idea of saying, no man, we're as wealthy. The guy was killed for that. So we are. Do you know that book? Not a book. I read something about how to own a slave.
Okay. I've seen that article.
Yeah. So I read the article.
Yeah.
So what the article says, you get the biggest of them all in that group. You whip him, you hit him in front of the children, the mothers, and everyone else, right? To a point that he is useless. When you're done with him, you humiliate him by putting feathers and stuff on him that he looks funny and ridiculous. When you're done, you kill him. What do you think that image does to the next generation?
It has corrupted their mind, and
fear that's been planted.
Yeah.
That's where we are, D. As Africa, we don't collaborate because we are fearful of each other. There's nothing different between you and me, bruh.
Don't you think it's also powered by the Western influence?
I was coming there. That's where the reason I said context.
Okay.
Is wanted to give the preamble of why I'm in context. The Western media, that's what they've been doing. Before even the media, that's what they've been doing.
Yeah, how do you call them? When I hear the word colonial masters, I'm like, what masters are they?
That's what
guys, we need to start rephrasing how we call these guys.
We need to start rephrasing. Colonial evils.
Exactly. We can't be using the word masters.
Who's master? Don't do my master. So we are afraid, D, that's why we don't collaborate. We are afraid of each other.
Do you know, actually, guys, I'm sorry, I actually didn't ask him his name and actually what
yeah. It's because we've been talking for the last an hour before this conversation started. We realized that we had a lot in common.
So we've already been talking. So we just had to on the camera now and just continue to talk from this very particular place. Yeah, but okay, for those people watching you for the first time, especially to the West African fans, the West Africa, the Ghanaians, the Kenyans, the Tanzanians, and the Rwandans.
Yes.
Because I know I need to call you guys' name. I need him to give his name, what he does, and all of that. And so he's going to look at the camera right now, and he's going to say,
I'll look into that camera.
Yeah, that one is the camera. That's my so.
So my name is Fumani N. Shilubana.
Don't say it easy now. Calm down. We have different ears.
Thank you. My name is Fumani N. Shilubana. So the N is just a brand thing.
Okay.
So I have a name called Nkateko, but I don't want to use it. It's Samuel L. Jackson. Fumani N. Shilubana. Shilubana is. Which means little flower.
Little flower.
Is Fumani means prosper.
Is it Fumani or Fumani?
Oh, so yeah, no, there.
Because now I need to because your name is currently now showing on the screen, and so people are like, okay, but this is F or V. What's going on here?
It's F in my language. Excuse me, it'll be an F. So in for example, my son's name is Vulani.
Okay.
It's a V, but if you're gonna put it in Zulu, it will be Vulani.
Okay.
So with my language, I always brag like, hey, my language has got all the alphabets from A to Z. So
so your own is Fumani.
It's Fu. Yes.
Fumani.
It's Fumani. Yes.
Okay, not Vumani.
Not Vumani. Yes. Vumani.
Because I was pronouncing your name from the Zulu context.
From the Zulu context.
Yeah. So you pardon me.
No. Of course, because remember, it's the whole thing that a lot of think is somehow we think Zulu is this because that's how it has been done.
Okay.
But it's actually Fu.
So you are from?
I'm from Limpopo. I'm actually a prince, by the way.
Serious?
Yes.
So I have to come to your place now, come and collect land. No, I'm just giving you a clue.
Leave my land alone.
Guys, you see, he's leaving the land. And a few seconds ago, if you rewind here, he was talking about we are one. Oh, now leave the land. The we are one does not come with land. No, the reason why I'm saying the part of land is the fact that when you meet an average Nigerian, especially depending on the tribe, the moment you say you are prince, land, because we know that an average prince have access to the land. So because of that, the moment we just hear prince,
you're thinking land.
Land, like I'm coming to your village, I'm going to get land, and as I get land, I'm also going to get extra women. And So it's a cultural stuff that we know from my country compared to I don't know how you guys. So that's the moment you say prince, land.
But again, you see, collaboration. I just learned something new. I just learned something new.
True.
And for me, it's all about that. So yeah. Anyway, so I'm from Limpopo. It's in Tanin. The name of my village is the name of my surname. So I'm from Shilubana village,
Okay.
which is my
So your village is your surname.
yes.
They can easily find you. They just need to just find your village name.
Yes, yeah. If you Google it, it will pop up.
Wow.
So it will pop up Shilubana village.
So anytime I'm coming to your village now, if you're going together now, there will be all of this. Do you guys have this culture whereby, because you're a prince coming, they do all this traditional welcome and all of those things?
No, so
or you just
so
walk up home.
Me, I'm a prince of the second born. Here's a chief,
Yeah.
and then I'm from this lineage of second born.
Oh, the second born
Yes.
on and stuff. Okay, so the firstborn has to finish first before he gets to second born. And second born, there's elder in the second born.
There's a list. So I'm a prince from that point of view. I'm not from the firstborn.
From the firstborn
I'm from
lineage.
the second born.
Oh, okay, now I get you,
Which
I get
my dad was saying the other day. Yeah, but you must come and sometimes go to the real place and just say hi because you are online. I'm like, a real disaster has to happen.
And that's a real disaster had to happen before.
Which is not, it's highly unlikely.
That's not possible.
It's not possible. So it has, or I don't know what will happen for them to say, no.
No, but you never can tell. The ancestor can just wake up one morning and decide to just ring your bell and say, okay, go and get Fumani.
No.
And say that's the next king of this very particular village.
No.
But you never can. These ancestors, they have their mind of their own. You need to understand that.
I guess, but listen, it's not even in my mind.
Yeah, but guys, I think I'm happy because now I know a prince in this country. So that in case if I need a land, I know where to go. But I'm grateful that you were here. I was saying to my wife, for strangers, and this is me saying it, most of the guests that have actually sat there, literally, if I'm not mistaken, they are from your province, which is your Limpopo. Yeah, I think your Limpopo,
Yes.
which includes some of them, which are going to be like your vendors, your
Yes.
Tonga, your what was it that one again? I'm seeing again.
Sepedi.
Not a bit vendor Tonga.
Pedi.
Paydi, yeah,
Yes,
that's the name I'm looking for.
Paydi.
Paydi. Because you put CPay.
Yes,
I know Paydi.
Paydi,
There's no
yes.
CPay.
And we spoke about collaboration.
yeah.
Yet, you just mentioned of a lot of those people. But there's no collaboration.
And wait, say it slowly.
You spoke, when we spoke offline, you and I.
So you mean this street language that is from Limpopo from that
There's no collaboration.
same province? Same geographical location? No, that's a serious problem. Now we need
We
to
have
start.
a serious problem.
Then how do we then begin to fight this thing? Because literally now, as much as we're going to talk all things Africa and stuff, but how do we then begin to? Because if we're not united within our home,
What are we doing?
wow, that's the
There
first
is-
time I'm hearing
Our
that.
problem, there's no collaboration. There's infights within the province. Like, no, you. I'm like, guys, what are you doing?
I understand. I think for me, I understand that. And I tell people, I say Tonga, Paydi, and vendor. This is my own belief, and I'm looking at the camera saying, I believe I see these three people, they are foreigners.
No, we are foreigners. Here
Yeah.
is the logic. So if you are from Limpopo and you are Tonga or Venda are even worse.
Yeah.
There was the colonial whatever, colonial evil. We now coined it differently.
Yeah.
Not masters.
No, they're not masters. On this side, they're not masters. Yeah.
Colonial evil, right? And then South African blacks,
Okay.
and then Tonga and Venda.
Colonial, South African blacks.
Tonga and Venda. Yes.
Wow. That is a serious separation there.
So can you imagine, before you even fight these ones,
There is this already Tonga and Venda first battle before you even talk of South African blacks.
there's already Tonga Venda issue.
Yeah.
And pay the issue in Limpopo. Before we talk South African blacks.
How do you guys blend when you find yourself not being accepted by your own people the way you guys should be accepted? How does that make you guys feel? Knowing too well that this is this is our country. Let's even leave the continent for now. This is our country, and yet
It's weird for me because when a person from Botswana, who's Botswana,
yeah,
is in South Africa, there's no issue. She is accepted. A person from Lesotho, who is Musotho or Basotho, is in South Africa. There is no issue. A person from Eswatini, a Swati from Eswatini,
yeah,
is in South Africa.
no issue.
Some strange reason, a Mozambican, a Tonga Mozambican in South Africa, who now having to write thesis.
But Are you sure that you guys did not sit down with your ancestors and ask, where do you guys have this battle? Where is the quarrel coming from? Because I think there should be somewhere where...
Yes, where the battle is, according to my theory and trying to figure it out.
I'm talking to a prince, guys, so we'll get a lot of history.
So, historically, when you look at the movement, so Tonga people in the 1300, already they were here.
Okay, 1300. Wow.
And Tonga is not a one thing. It's not. There's so many tribes that came and assimilate. That's why you're never going to find a Tonga one paramount chief within the Tonga space. It's like almost in Nigeria where there's
it's every smaller kingdom prince and stuff.
That type of thing.
Yeah.
Even with Tonga. So there is a lot of Kruger National Park. Tonga people can claim that thing.
Serious?
Yes.
Wow.
Story is side of Mpumalanga, whatever. One of the reasons I can't confirm this, but one of the stories that I've heard from different sources that made me believe it could be true. One of the reasons why Samora had to go, Samora Machel, because he wanted to claim encroaching into South Africa to say, but this is a Tonga land. So there is a lot of, in KZN, there is a place where there's Tonga people inside KZN. If indeed Tonga people are not a thing, how on earth do you find an island of Tonga people inside KZN?
True.
Where the hell do they come from?
They'll tell you that they migrated, that they are foreigners.
From where?
From Nigeria. Everybody, from every immigrant.
So Nigeria. a lot of the mines, a lot of the skilled laborers, it was Tonga people who did it.
Wow.
So my theory is that I think they were skilled too much earlier, or they were exposed to other skills, because some people traded a lot. We did the trading with the Arabs, the Chinese, way before this thing became a thing. So that, I think, could be the issue of discourse
that you guys are facing currently.
Because, like, who do you think you are? You know how it is.
No, but I'm going to say this. One of the things, and this is me, I said to people, I said, I've paid my dues, so you guys, please, pardon me.
No,
I've paid my dues.
You are home chief.
And the thing I said, obviously, I've met different tribes, and I'm not condescending on any tribe.
No,
but
for sure.
One of the things that I've seen with your tribe of people, which is your Venda, your Pedi, and your Tonga, you guys are just intelligent.
See, that's what pisses me off, D.
Okay, no, you're supposed to be excited, not...
No.
Okay, whoa! That's the first time. That's
what pisses me off.
Okay.
With so much intelligence, why are we so segregated?
You guys
With
have
so much intelligence. Why aren't we well off? And well off, I don't mean only money.
But in terms of influence and status also, I hear
why
you.
Not? So when someone says that, I know, man, it pisses me off because of that we are stupid. And I know that a lot of our people are going to be angry at me for this. But you can't say me that you are smart, that you don't use it.
Look at the camera. Talk to your people as to the pain that you are having now. Because obviously I'm happy that you're a young man, and all of a sudden, and coming also from a prince, I'm happy. I like today's show. I'm going to give you 1 minute, 30 seconds, because I've just extended your time. So that I need you to say this last part before we go on a break. Talk to your people. Let them understand your frustration as to being educated yet being ostracized in terms of influence and access.
Okay. First and foremost,
I need you to look at the camera
I'm looking at the camera.
Yeah, so that they know.
First and foremost, and this is also self-critical from a royal family member.
Okay.
Is that there is no Tonga village that is developed. And a lot of our Tonga chiefs are very educated people. The royal houses, I know for a fact, I'm from one, they are very influential people. Yet for some reason, there is no meaningful material development for a person on the ground. Then what's the point of having that education? what's the point of having that influence? A couple of years ago, I attended a forum that was caused by influential Tonga people. Chiefs, Tonga chiefs, and other influential people were there. Here's what I saw that day. They were able to call out Paul Mashatile. At the time, I was the Secretary General of the ANC. They called him out from the BRICS meeting to come and attend that meeting. They called Solimi Simang, who was the mayor of
Tshwane, yeah.
At the time. They called, who else? I forgot who else they called. But point is this, if they were able to bring
such a
man, Paul Mashatile, to get out of BRICS from Cape Town and fly to Pretoria for that meeting, you clearly have influence. Sure. But why is it not material? And you say that you are smart? No.
What do you think will be the solution from your point of view?
The better solution is this. The first solution we know. If, as people of influence, if people of network and contact and there's a word I'm looking for, and ability, if we're not going to use it to materially change a person's life, if we're not going to use it to make sure that a kid who can be able to afford to go to school, a kid who there's no programs in the village or communities where these kids are active in and don't fall pregnant, don't fall to drugs, don't fall to all those things, there is no point of your smartness. We need to use that to make sure that our future is secured. Our future is in a good place. We are adults. It's up to us to take care of this. It can't be the other way around.
All right, family. I think I would want to pause here and then so that we can go on a break because I could see my prince guest. He's angry. I need him to calm down because the next segment we're going to, it's all things his career and then also how he navigated from just being a prince and for him to now become, for lack of better use the word, working in the entertainment industry. And so please, you can definitely, if you have emails, please use the email that you currently see on the screen. And if you want to get him to come be on your set, either from Nigeria, because apparently now he's looking forward.
Actually, we'll talk about that.
You can use the email for us to be able to get him to Nigeria. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this short break. All right, my family, you're welcome again to the second segment of this very particular show. I'm still sitting with I'll use the word, permit me to use the word prince.
Actually, it has not been used anywhere until you.
It's okay. Me, I honor people titles and stuff because I'm not going to. So that in case if I want to come for the land, it doesn't say call it prince. I'm particular about the land. If EFF is talking about land and ANC, they're also now buying into the idea of land expropriation without compensation. Me, I don't even have the land you want to expropriate. So I want to come and expropriate your own. And I want to do it without compensation.
We will talk.
Of course, me, I'm straight. I'm from Nigeria in South Africa. I need a land and I'm not going to pay for it. I have a prince that is here. You're going to use whatever assets and whatever thing you have. You're like, no, guys, let's just give him the land. I've been on the show. and has been on the show. It's an AfriOne show. So we're all doing Africa. So let's extend the land from Limpopo to Nigeria now. You know?
Blackmail. Blackmail.
All right. I think the question I want to ask as we go along is, from your journey, how did you get to find yourself? Because coming from a royal family, one of the things I would think is the fact that your royal family should not be involved in the entertainment industry and stuff. So how did you navigate yourself? How did you find yourself in the entertainment industry?
I know my dad was angry at me for 2 years. And
Father's Day.
and the other family members were really not happy because.
But before we get into the hungry part, how did you find yourself?
I wanted to jump back.
Okay.
I was doing BSc in agriculture.
Okay.
And then I'm like, no, I'm not liking this thing.
You want to be a farmer? You don't want to manage any farm?
No, because at home they expected that I should go there because
there's land. Okay.
They thought my dad was happy about it. They took me to high school where it's about agriculture.
Okay.
And I excelled in it in high school.
Okay.
My grandfather, he was the first man in the former homelands to obtain a diploma or degree in agriculture.
Okay.
So he was very, very good in that. He had a golden touch, so they say, in terms of farming. So now, one day, I moved to Pretoria, dropped out from agriculture, now doing industrial engineering.
Okay, that's still fair. Because
It's still
it's still okay.
December holidays came. I was in Tanin in the mall.
Yeah.
I see there's a modeling competition where they want
Yo.
models to go to Italy. I'm like, why not? Just join this thing. You never know. I joined. I was selected as part of the 10. I came to Centurion for the final 10 because these guys, they went across South Africa to choose 10 per province.
Yeah.
So
you're one of the 10 for your province.
for the province.
Yeah.
And those 10 came to Centurion Mall to compete for the 10 boys, 10 girls.
Okay.
And I became part of the 10 again.
Wow.
Now we have to go look for sponsors to take us to Italy. In the process of looking for sponsorship, I walked past the State Theatre. I'm one person whom I work from my gut. I work from my feeling, my instinct, and I listen to it a lot. I don't question my instinct.
I hear you.
So instinct said to me, Fumani, walk inside this building to the State Theatre in Pretoria. Walked in it, lady sitting there at the reception. I'm like, yo, if I want to act, what do I do? She says, no, speak to this lady. There was a lady at the reception.
You already asked if you want to act. What do
I do? And remember, when I woke up that morning,
there was no acting. You were looking for sponsorship for your modeling.
Wow. That's all I was looking for. And that lady called Irene Mate, she says to me, yo, actually, I wrote a play that will be playing at the end of the year. You fit the role of one of the lead actors.
Wow.
But you need to come on Monday to attend our classes. For when this play comes at the end of the year, you have some sort of training.
True, which is fair.
I went home that weekend. I'm like, Ma, I'm now dropping engineering.
Yo.
I'm dropping the modeling.
I'm just thinking as a parent.
Yeah.
Wow.
So please don't tell Dad. Give me money to go enroll for drama. She gave me money.
Mothers. Yo.
She gave me the money.
These are the Rachels who would smuggle food for Jacob to go give their father Isaac.
I'm telling you. So she gave me money, and that's how my journey began.
Wow. So your mom supported you?
My mom supported me.
No, now it makes sense where your dad...
Yeah. No, because my dad, his issue was, I passed my matric very well.
What do you say with 82?
Yes, the A's. Math.
How did he find out?
So, come end of the year or something, he finds out that I'm now dropped out of varsity. I dropped out of university.
The school informed you, or somebody from your family informed you?
Honestly, to be honest with you, I don't know who told him.
Was the father instinct?
I don't know who told him, but he found out.
Okay.
And he says to me, yo, I'm not going to give you money to go back to Pretoria. I'm not going to fund that nonsense. You're not going back there.
Yo.
I'm like, oh, is it? Okay, cool. Came back to Pretoria. I worked as a waiter to fund my, because I knew now, because remember I did engineering, I did BSc. Yeah, I was passing, but
it's not your passion, it's not your core.
But with drama, the first week in class, I knew I belonged.
Wow.
I knew when that play came at the end of the year and we performed in front of the audience, that was the stamp of approval from God for me.
Wow.
I'd say, this is it. This is what you're supposed to do, my boy. Then Dad found out, he was angry at me. I came back and I paid for myself. Now I'm studying, and I met my mentor now, Paul Rodboom, who actually taught us how the whole game
works, the entertainment industry.
The industry and the theater. So in the process of working with Paul, we did a play called Cards. And in the play Cards, I played a nude character, full frontal, naked in front of the audience.
Wait, did you forget that you were a prince or what? Because the reason I'm laughing, like, did you forget or what was going through your mind that time?
I love it.
But how did you get to the point that you just associate your mind from your lineage, from your tribe? You are a royal family. What's your story? At least for once, let me even ask you a question like your father. What's your story? What entered you? Like they will ask, what did you drink?
I loved it. I loved it. I knew this was, and funny enough, how the play was done before. The scene is like this. The scene is like this. It's a guy who goes to a brothel to say, yo, brothel owner, the drug charges are dropped. I made sure that they are dropped.
Okay.
The brothel owner says, don't worry, I'm going to give you a girl. He gives me a girl, but the girl, I want to sleep with her without a condom. She says, it's not going to happen. Already we are naked, me and her, we are on bed.
Yeah.
And then she gets off bed and they start arguing. So the original way of how that scene was done, the guy would get out of bed, put on his underwear, and he starts arguing with a girl. So I said to the director, but that doesn't make sense. They are in their bedroom, these two.
Yeah.
Why? And he still want to have sex with her. Why must he put on his underwear? He will argue with her naked. He says, actually, you're right. Let's go. You think that was bad?
Okay, is it?
The Market Theatre took a picture.
I'm already feeling bad. Okay.
They took a picture of me naked on Daily Sun.
Wow.
Butt naked right there.
And you think your father should not be angry with you?
Listen, he had a reason. He had a valid reason. Here is this kid with so much potential. His matric certificate could open. I could study anything I wanted.
Okay, I want to ask, how is your relationship with your dad now?
No, it's good.
Okay.
No, it's good. So
like, I promise you would use the camera now. We apologize to him.
No, we're going to apologize, but now it's
on
good.
behalf, we are sorry.
On that card thing, I'm sorry. But the thing is this, so TV, eventually, I was now on TV, and they started to realize, oh.
How many decades are you currently in the industry?
2.
Wow.
Yeah, 2 now.
So you're a shareholder?
I'm a shareholder now. I'm a shareholder now.
So if you want to act in a movie now, you can just come and act in the movie.
I'm a
For
shareholder.
20 years. I
20
know you're supposed to be a shareholder. Like, no, I'm coming to act. My wife must not hear this part. Like, guys, don't tell my wife that I want to act movie. She doesn't want me to act. She's like,
What?
never. So you're doing no such thing. I'm like, okay, I hear you and stuff. So I just like, but one day I know that I'm going to do one movie.
She doesn't
won't
want to kiss.
Sir?
She doesn't want to kiss.
I don't even just know. I just know that she doesn't want. I think because she's a writer, so they know what they write. That's the problem.
So
the writer know what they write. So I'm like, no, but you're going to write this. She's like, never.
It's not going to happen.
Don't forget it. Just stay with your show. Stay as your fundis that you're doing and every other one thing you're doing. But you see that part called acting?
No.
Kill that career now. Then I tried to bring a career around music that I want to sing. You say, my friend, calm down. I know you are multi-talented. Forget all this.
But calm down.
Just stay the one I know that you can do. But ever since 2 decades for you, how has it been in terms of, because now you said you are a Tonga guy. I choose to believe that your industry is predominantly what's
Zulu.
called Zulu.
Yes.
Thank you said so, because I was trying to be political.
No, it's no. There's no political about this.
It's primarily Zulu and stuff. So how has it been for you, being in your industry that is predominantly Zulu and you've been a Tonga guy? How has the reception been?
So I came in very naive.
Okay.
I came in.
Obviously, for you to just go to a theater and say, how can I act? That's seriously naive.
So I came in. So that naivety continued.
Okay.
From this point of view, we are taught how to act better. You need to act in your own language. Yeah. One thing I love about Nollywood, it's your command of English.
True.
It makes your acting beautiful. It makes the expression of whatever. So it was used in our class to say, you see. So that put in me to say, wait, if I act in my language, that's one way that one can be the best actor possible.
Okay.
Right? Went to private schools. I dream in English. Let's first start that.
I hear you.
Because I didn't do my language in school. I think in English as but as I'm like, no, either way, I can speak my language.
Okay.
Let me act in my language. Fine. When I say I was naive, is that first job, fortunately, the director was vendor.
Okay.
So it was in Tonga, no issue.
All right.
It was Soul City, 2000 and...
Oh, Soul City, I remember Soul City.
Yes, 2006. That was my first TV. After theater, and then TV.
TV, okay.
Because that whole journey of going to theater, it happened in 2000.
Okay.
So
you were 6 years actively in.
by then I was 6 years actively in the theater. I wouldn't say theater veteran, but I had a good number of hours. I had over 10,000 hours
Wow.
of theater by the
You
time.
paid your dues there.
Yeah, I paid my dues by then.
10,000 hours you've paid your dues.
Yeah, no. So I did it happen. Second show, it was another big show, but in CPD,
Okay.
nothing issue. Then I did the monster at the time, Generations.
The monster at the time.
No, that show was a monster.
Oh, you also on Generations.
Yes, I was
okay.
I was on Generations for like a year. So with that show, don't let anyone lie to you.
That should you flame.
You become a star
Wow.
overnight doing that show.
Wow.
So come on set, my script is not translated. I'm supposed to be playing a Tswana actor,
Okay.
a Tswana doctor.
Okay.
I could speak Tswana very well, so it was not an issue. When we get to set, I'm about to do the dialogue, to run the dialogue with Win. She was playing KTU.
Okay.
She's like, yo, you're doing it in English. I'm like, yeah. It's not translated. I'm like, no. Like, no, but here we don't do that. It's always translated. Is it? But it's not. So the director came and she's like, Schomuto, it was the director at the time. She's like, Schomuto, his script is not translated and we have to go. What must he do? He says, yo, what language are you comfortable in? Training kicked in. You act best when you speak your native language.
True.
I said, no, I can speak Tonga. Then I spoke Tonga on Generation and it worked.
Okay.
Right? It further emphasized or grew my naivety. Thinking it's okay.
To be to Tonga like that, moving along.
Yes.
Wow.
Because I'm in the biggest show of the land. I'm speaking my language. There's no issue. They keep on increasing because I was supposed to be there for only 2 months. Next thing I'm there for a year.
For a year.
Clearly.
You're doing something right. You can't tell me.
Then the following year, the contract ended. I do Mubango. I'm supposed to go to Mubango.
Oh, Mbango. I remember Mbango. Yeah.
Yes. And then the director comes to me and says, no, you can't speak Xitsonga. You have to speak another language. What do you mean? He says, I know, because here we don't want to typecast you, but that's not typecasting. I'm speaking my language. And then I'm like, no, rather I rather speak English. I can't speak a language that I'm not fluent in. Fine. Again, I didn't think of it as anything. The following year, that's where I met your wife.
Oh, okay.
Then she was on Sidingo at the time.
Sidingo that time, yeah.
Then I'm on Sidingo, and then I want to speak my language. Me, Vusikunene, and Mishak agreed, guys, whenever it's Fumani scenes and we're sharing, we're going to go in Xitsonga. Someone came from Channel to say, yo, listen, we want to keep you for next year. But because this is a predominantly English channel, speak in English.
You're like, nah.
What is happening here?
Yo, the industry is now beginning to shape you.
In what? So story is, someone even asked from the box whether they're directing.
Yeah.
But what language is he speaking? So they didn't even know what language it is I'm speaking. Then the following year, I started doing a lot of those Mzansi movies.
Yeah.
I think I did like almost 6, 7 of them. I've done quite a number. There, I was now aware that people are refusing me to speak my language.
Okay.
I became rebellious. They would cast me. I would agree to speak whatever language. Action, I speak my language.
Ooh. So how does that, how the experience starts forward by action? Now you're speaking your language, and that's you now rebelling against the system.
It worked for the activism of it, but monetarily didn't work.
I hear you. Obviously. Because obviously now and you know the industry is quite small.
Yeah.
You know what's going on now. They're telling everybody that for money, like
It's for me, I worked with both people who knew me.
Okay.
Who knew no, this one is actual multi. This one is actually. So most of the directors that would cast me at the time, it was because like no. So from 2011ish, 12ish to 18, 19, it was about that I would work, but not to the level of, and I'm not saying that that's what should have happened. I'm saying the trajectory was not It was, instead of it being exponential,
Yeah, it has the waves and all of that.
it was a stock market type of
It's a stock market.
type of increase.
Yeah.
So that's what happened, and that's when I realized that no, there's a lot of issue within the industry. My language is not accepted. I once pitched something for one of these broadcasters, and they said to me, "No, we can't accept your language because there's no audience." And that's when I started to realize that there is a problem.
So for you, with all of this very particular barrier, because part of the things, as you're saying, that the reason why I breathe that deep is they can't say there is no audience, but yet you were born from a family, and chances are within your community, if I'm not mistaken, you guys should be more than 2 million
We are
people.
4.
Look, you see, 4 million. If everybody give you one rand for 4 million, that's 4 million rand per day.
Forget us being 4. We are 4 million in South Africa. 4 million in South Africa.
Yeah.
There's another 4 million in Mozambique. There's another couple of whatever in Zimbabwe. There's another couple of whatever in Swaziland. There's another couple of whatever
So
in...
which means...
we are 12 around that.
Yeah, which means, and compared to South, I mean, what's it called? Involving South Africa in the picture, where South Africa, I tell people South Africa is the mother of Africa, because that's what I believe. It's the only country in the continent that has the name Africa attached to it.
Oh, yeah.
And so because of that, I call it the mother of Africa. That's what I just believe. So, but in a country where it's a mother of Africa, and you have all of these different nationality, all of these children, permit me to use it because it's a mother, and which means all of us children.
Must
that
be taken care
includes-
of.
Yeah, all of us children, we are coming back home.
Yes.
And yet they are saying that it's not. I know that's
It's silly because
That's a
because
top one of that.
let me give you an example. To show that it's silly, we've got narcos that came into South Africa
okay.
in Spanish, but it was watched.
No, but you see them. I think sometimes, let's be honest, guys. If you look at your channels or your TV channels where you currently are watching us from, we have these Mexican movies and stuff that are currently infiltrating our
Yes.
entertainment industry.
Yes.
And yet, it's quite funny that they buy those movies and stuff, and yet you have a problem
With me
with
speaking
the
my language.
Tonga content.
It doesn't add up.
Who did this to us?
Exactly. I wanted to go back there to say that fear that I spoke about,
Yeah.
it persists, bruh.
Do you think that?
has-
Do you think that, for example, in South Africa here, your colonial, what you call drivers, because that's all I'll call them, your colonial
Evils,
drivers or the
evils.
evils. I like it.
I call them vile spawn of Satan.
Okay, that version. I like
Yes.
that version you just said. Do you think that they had a major play to do when it comes to the entertainment industry here in South Africa?
Yeah, they did. Because you see, in 1976, they
Okay.
initially refused for TV to be part of South Africa.
You said what?
They refused when TV was introduced.
Yeah.
They wanted to. They didn't want that. They were blocking that because they realized that this is a medium where people can see whatever, and it can open up their minds.
So they refused
Yeah.
TV.
There was a point TV was refused. I don't know what happened for it to be eventually come on.
You see why I like AfriOne show? We get to hear things.
You know, and then they created such a contract that stifled celebrities to be that big. Why? If you check Hollywood stars, they have their own voice.
Yeah, yeah. That's what it's supposed to be. Not Hollywood.
In Nigeria,
I know we are king of the voices.
you are king of your own voices.
Yeah.
So can you imagine during apartheid if they did that here? You
That
see
would
what?
that would have shrink apartheid very fast.
That would have shrink apartheid very fast. It would have been a disaster for them.
So it was a game plan with your media industry here.
Still, which is still applying till today.
Wow.
Indirectly, directly, whatever way they want to view it, it's still applying till today.
So can you boldly say that your industry in South Africa is controlled by the black, or is still being
No,
controlled by the
which
white?
black?
The black, you and I.
No, we're not controlling
He's asking me
anything.
which black.
No,
Is that different type of
no,
black?
we're not controlling nothing. We are slave masters. We are slaving here.
Wow.
What is the characteristic of a slave? What is slave? Does a slave own anything?
On nothing.
How much do they get paid?
Nothing. Almost close to nothing, let's be honest.
Do they go to work every day?
Yes.
That's what's happening here.
Wow. Wow.
You see, I told you in our outside chat, I'm like, as much as I was humbled with the Nigerian industry when I first got exposed to it, because of my naivety of not seeing the goal, is that you guys own your stuff.
I hear you. I hear you.
I once read an article a couple of years ago. I don't know now. When I read that article at the time, the biggest industry in Nigeria was, in terms of departments, it was agriculture and then Nollywood.
No, yeah, Nollywood is a department. If I'm not a department, is a stakeholder of its own.
So I read this thing over 10 years ago.
Wow.
If I read that thing over 10 years ago, what does it tell you about ownership? So I told you, I showed you that I'm worth $18 million.
Yeah, apparently, guys, I think you need to Google his name. And he showed me an article whereby he worth over $18 million currently now. And I was cracking joke, and I'm like, that
2000 in 2020.
In 2020. So I was saying to him, I'm like, well, chances are the tithe of that $18 million may not be sitting in his account. And I think that that will be tithe when we start as Christians for us is called the 1/10 of the total amount.
Yes, of course.
Yeah. So, but the thing there, I think that I need us to start begin to talk as Africans. 54 countries.
54, bruh. 1 billion.
I think we need to begin to own our narratives and also begin to start telling our stories. I'm saying this because most of the guests that I have brought that sits on this seat that he is sitting, that's the huge cry we cry. We cry about owning our story. We cry about our IP address. We cry about what's called our intellectual properties. But yet we have powers that be that still controls that very particular narratives, and yet we think it is normal. My question that I want to ask you before we go on a break, then we'll come on the final segment, is when men like your kind decide to open up and start to question these narratives, do you guys get support?
You'll first get badge from your own people, and then when the industry sees you as a rebel, then it starts to affect a lot of things. So there are a lot of people who have compromised. The reason why I'm in business, why I own other streams of income, I'm trying not to compromise my principle.
Oh, okay. So you're saying that the reason why many people are not talking out is because their primary streams of income is they determine the industry. So because of that, their voices has been
limited, compromised. That's the word. So me, I try by all means to own other streams of income because of that. Because the reality of the matter is, if we're gonna sit here and behave and pretend as if everything is okay, everything is well, we are literally. Let me give you a very visual example.
Yes, sir.
Imagine a parent willingly, knowingly, walking towards a pot full of boiling oil and throwing your kid in there, hoping they'll come out alive. If we're not going to grab our narrative, again, and you think, someone might even think I'm trying to suck up to the Nollywood narrative. No. Let me give you another example.
Yes, sir.
With Nollywood.
Okay.
You guys have found a way of telling your story the way you want.
Yes. Yeah. No, the way we shame.
You did not,
and you can't even tell our stories. That's the funny thing.
You do not take the Hollywood way structure of telling story.
Have you noticed that it's very hard for Hollywood to tell our stories?
They can't. Yet in South Africa, we're telling our stories like it's in Hollywood. It will not match. It will never fit because we have our own nuances that we have that they don't have. Yet you want to take. Can you please put this phone inside your cup?
No, it's not possible.
It's not possible. So again, you guys, you said you don't write much scripts, but the stories are watchable. Why is that? It's because they are relatable. They're about human. They're about your everyday stuff that you guys see and witness
and experience daily. It's an experiential story we tell. With that being said, family, I'm going to ask him a question that he will have to ponder before we come back after this is, can you boldly say, and this is a question that you have to give me an answer when we return, that your South African industry, you guys have what I call a collaborative spirit? It's a question that we'll answer when we get back after this very particular. He's already smiling. He's tempted to ask us, and I'm like, no, once I remember, come back. Because after that, we'll be talking about collaborative and also to see how do we unite, elevate, and it's called the AfriOne Show. We'll be right back just now. Don't go anywhere. All right, family. We're back again on the final segment with my very own Prince. I call him Prince because he said I'm the only first one who call him Prince, which is okay for me. I like that. Let me be the first. And that's why he's also, I think you're the first Tonga to be on AfriOne show. Because I know I've brought in Payday, I've brought in Venda. But I think I'll say the first Tonga. Yeah, the first Tonga.
So so meaning you do have the spirit of collaborating.
No, I do. It's shame. I work with everyone. For me to marry in South Africa, that would give you a clear indication that shame. This one. My parents like saying to me that they have dedicated me to Africa.
So is it not?
They're like, no, we've dedicated you.
Is it not because your wife is very beautiful? You're like, hey, I'm caught. I'm going nowhere.
I think literally from now that you ask him the question, literally from beginning. Not that I've not dated my own country. But
no, not even that. It's just that.
No, it's not about. I think it's not the one. Obviously, my wife is beautiful. You guys know, Shem. You know. Let's just Shem. You know, the beauty was part of it. I like saying to my wife, I'm like, if you're not beautiful, you think how do you?
No, I once said that to my ex-wife.
Yeah.
To say, yo, she asked me, why do you come to me? I'm like, because you're beautiful.
Exactly.
She's like, but why? What do you mean? I'm like, but no, how else would I have come to you?
Exactly. But this is the thing I said to this. Now we're talking about that. I said to ladies sometimes when they come meet me and. Obviously for counseling and stuff. I say, see, ladies, dress beautiful. I'm sorry. I'm not saying go naked, but I'm saying be beautiful.
Yeah.
Because this is the thing about men that, here now we're talking men. This is the thing about us that you need to understand. Your beauty makes us take the move.
Yes.
Your content makes us commit.
Thank you.
It's as simple as that.
As simple as that.
Your beauty, I'll repeat it, so that you think, in case if you are struggling to rewind, your beauty makes us make the move. But your content
we stay because of that.
Makes us commit. If you can get this one, I promise you, if you have to go to small streets or whatever street, including Billionaire Street that is in Santin, to go look beautiful, please go and look beautiful. If you are thinking that, because sometimes you hear that, no, after you're what's it called? You can't be looking at my beauty. My beauty is in my heart. Then I ask them, am I in your heart?
Heart. Am I X-ray man? How do I see your heart?
No, for me, I ask them, am I in your heart for me to be doing heart business? I'm like, guys, stop this heart talk you're talking about now.
No.
Now, before we went on break, we're talking about the whole spirit of collaborative. Now, my question to you, and you laugh, is, do you believe that your industry, you guys, or probably your country, depending on how you want to say it, you guys have that very particular spirit of collaborativeness? I need an answer.
So the laughter you saw.
Yeah. Now let me laugh the laughter. That's how the laughter was.
It's actually the laughter of grief.
Okay, wow.
So the laughter of pain.
Now let me keep quiet.
Yeah. Because there is this.
I hear you.
And there's context for this.
I hear you.
There's context for this. Firstly, the fact we can never, whenever someone comes to me and wants to talk from the point of view of us moving forward without acknowledging the legacy of this country, the legacy of Africa, I find that to be very disingenuous.
I hear you.
In many levels. It's like saying to me, let's solve the problem, but we don't want to discuss what the problem is.
What the problem is, yeah. It's like trying to prescribe without diagnosis.
How? Like, when have you ever heard of such a thing? It doesn't happen, right? So, I'm sure you know in SA, since we've adopted you, and you're not even in adoption anymore, you're part of the furniture.
I'm set to.
There was this thing called homelands.
Okay.
Where the Tonga people stayed there, vendors stayed there, everyone stayed in their own spaces. So the vile spawn of Satans intentionally went to each and every group, told the other group, because the other group doesn't want you. They did this intentionally. Right? Imagine doing that for over 40 years, over donkey's years. In other ways, whenever they want dirty work done on the other guy, they would go get from the other guy.
Other guys.
And so we always see you go, the guys who kill us are these ones. And remember, I just said, it will be silly of us. It will be one of the biggest mistakes that we'll ever make for us to want to continue without diagnosing the issue.
Okay, yeah, I remember you said so. I remember.
Our fathers, what system did they grow up under?
Apartheid, of course.
All they see, it's work and work for 9 to 5. Don't tell them about anything else. Based on their experiences. We are a different breed of generation. Listen, my kid, my son, he's got a benchmark with me, a direct reference of business. I don't have that.
I hear you.
Do you have that?
No?
So our generation, we are the first.
We're the first to pioneer whatever we need to pioneer.
We are pioneers.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the good thing, Africa is the youngest continent in the world.
Obviously.
That is a good thing. But I love what's happening in Nigeria and is it Burkina Faso?
Okay.
The fact that they say, yo, we're taking our destiny in our own hands. You can call it a coup all you want. You can give it bad names all you want. But bottom line is, you killed Sankara when he did that. You killed Lumumba because he said, I want my this.
I want my continent and stuff.
You see what I'm saying? Kwame Nkrumah, he was ousted because of speaking what we are speaking now.
No, but even the one that is close to us in our back here, what's his name? Gaddafi.
Gaddafi.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, not
at least this one was just of recent.
Kwame Nkrumah is them it's we're not even born, bruh. Gaddafi, it was now. Now. So what we are saying right now is a concept. What this guy said the other day, Kuri? The fact that we've got a continent where for me to move from here to Nigeria, I must go first make a 10. Yes, I must go make a 10 in
that
Europe.
guy ruffled feathers. You shame he ruffled.
He's right.
Yeah.
You lock the vault that has money.
The reason why the African border is what it is because there is money in Africa.
The vault that has money. You lock the safest vault in the hardest way ever. So for us to collaborate, we need to be real about who we are, where we're from, what's happening. I swear to you, if someone can do a DNA test for Africa, you'll be surprised that our DNA matches somewhere.
No, of course. That's why for me, if you hear my statement at first, I said South Africa is the mother.
You know.
And all of us who are fathers, or probably who are sons and co, we all just... So I tell people, I said Africa is the father. South Africa is the mother. So all of us are coming back home. Where is our mom? Let's go and see her yet.
So for us to collaborate, we need to say, okay, fathers and that generation, this happened. We need to be aware that we are the first bunch.
That's going to make a movement.
We need to be pioneers and be brave.
What are we afraid of in doing that?
We see.
Yeah.
We see. That's what we're afraid of. We see. Our fathers were whipped. Our fathers failed. Our grandfathers failed. We've seen that. There's something called epigenetics.
I just refuse to cry again. It's okay. No, I've been crying on my set. I'm like, nah, I'm not going to. Today I'm going to be very strong. I'm sitting with the prince.
If you check something called epigenetics,
yeah,
what they do in the human body, they carry information that my great-grandfather did. So he carries information that his great-great-grandfather did. So I'm carrying
400 generations of information
inside me. And fear, if it was a thing, fear becomes a thing.
But my question then I would then ask is, our generation, do we understand that if this would have to happen, there will be sacrifice of blood? And the question is, who is willing to put their blood on the table?
That's the thing.
And that's why for me, when I hear these guys, EFF, called Economic Freedom Fighters, I say I like the fact that yes, they want to fight. Economic issues is not just about South Africa. It's a continental stuff. But how many of us are willing to, we shout revolution, but how many of us are willing to understand that revolution comes with blood? And whose persons wants to put their blood on that very particular table? It's a conversation that until we answer that, like you said, our bravery is going to still be limited.
So sometimes you mustn't give all the answers, but give answers. So we are in a time and space where we can do things covertly.
Okay.
I spoke about partnership, scalable. We are smart enough now, because remember we didn't have information.
Yeah.
If we covertly start stuff that are big in their movement, silently, small team, pockets of teams that are aware of this. By the time it explodes, who stops it?
True.
Because you're right. if we go in head on, we can't face that juggernaut.
No, we can't. We can't.
Let's be honest about it. Hence I said to you,
they will grind us.
They will grind us.
They will
Hence I
grind
said to
us.
you, let's be honest of where we are and where we're from and where we want to go.
So which means the new narratives or the revolution must come on the bedrock of critical thinking and strategic partnership.
How many times, I don't know, in Nigeria, in Nigeria, when you guys write your thesis and your for your PhDs, where do those things go? Those theses, there's another term for it. What happens to it? Because in SA, I spoke to a professor recently to say I don't see theses that are talking about solutions that are applicable from your PhD people. I'm seeing problems. Why is that? So you're right. We need to create things that will eventually and play a long game.
When you look at the leaders of Africa at the moment, what do you want to say? From all of the conversations, and let's tie it to the leaders of Africa with a few minutes we have. What do you want to say concerning the leaders of Africa? Do you think that they have this one Africa mindset in them, or everybody is just focusing on their own stuff?
I think our leaders are very selfish. At the same time, I'll defend them.
Okay, let's start with the selfishness, so that justify the defense.
The selfishness comes from a point of view of they know where they are from. They know what they've went through. They are the ones who went through those things, not us. Most of them.
I hear you. Point.
They're the one who went in the graves, in the whatever. They've seen it physically, the fight.
Yeah.
There's a book I read, it broke my heart. Ken Sarawiwa, what's his name?
Oh, Ken Sarawiwa.
Ken Sarawiwa.
Yeah. No, that book.
That book broke my heart.
That for me, I call the book the blood of Africa. The blood.
Are you telling me? He's not far. His children are my age, and they're our age.
Yeah.
So people like Ken Sarawiwa, they're supposed to be the leaders now. Or maybe you'd have been in his 80s, ne? Yeah. So it means they have seen it. So because they have seen it, some of them allowed, is it Abacha who allowed Shell to deal with Sarawiwa? Because he allowed it. He opened it for those guys. So my point is, it is the people from Libya who opened up Gaddafi. It is the Zuma must fall people, black people here, who opened up for Zuma. So you see, because we have seen it, that's the critical part I could like. Because you've seen this thing, why on earth are you gonna walk straight to a pot full of oil and throw it in your child? Okay, here's my defense at the same time.
Okay.
Hey, they've seen their comrades get killed, guys.
Like, okay, I'm not gonna, like, we've seen how
they've seen how brutal firsthand.
Chris Hani, we've seen Chris Hani, like, hey, Mama, leave that nonsense. We're not
they've seen it firsthand.
Like, can we just make money and just buy McDonald's?
You know what I'm
Just saying.
Hashtag just saying. They have seen it firsthand. So I think, not covertly, I will come to that. I think for them to balance that, because it's easy for us to speak from this point of view.
Yeah.
To say,
But I think I need to start also bringing these very particular politicians and especially leaders, who, for lack of a better word, will feel that, okay, I feel that they have a major part to play in uniting Africa, but yet it looks as if they are doing nothing. I think I really want to get their perspective and to see.
Look at what was happening with ECOWAS now.
Yeah.
That thing pissed me off. I'm like, guys, what are you doing?
You know, sometimes when I look at African unions, this is me just saying it, and please, this is my opinion. It's not the opinion of the guest, not the show itself. It's just me. I just feel African Union is just a toothless bulldog. Literally. It carries a thing called a bulldog, but it's a toothless. It's just barking and nothing is happening.
They have seen it firsthand, brah. They have seen it firsthand. You want to tell me all these presidents, those guys, there's no skeleton somewhere like Epstein somewhere? What is that guy, Epstein guy?
What's the name? I'm trying to see. Even many of them also, that is other group, the Rockefellers.
Yeah,
As much as people just think that okay, it's a foundation and because the guys go behind the scene and look things. Some stop looking at things from the physical value. Start checking the back.
Take the back.
Just
So
go to the back.
they have. So my issue. As I say, I defend them, but again,
I hear that.
because you know, covertly do things, my man. Don't all throughout. Look at what Unity did. What did Algeria say? You attack Niger, we are coming in. Burkina Faso said, you dare, we're coming in. Is it Gabon as well?
So, yeah, remember also with France, they've already, I was shocked for me when I saw that they've actually mounted their warship. I'm like, what the hell? How did you guys pass? I'm like, what? How did your ship pass to the point that I arrived at that very particular country? I'm like, wow.
Someone allowed it.
We're in trouble.
Space, someone opened it. It's all those. So my point is, because the Gabon, Burkina Faso, and Algeria said you dare.
No, the Sahel, I'm happy with the Sahel guys. No, they came together. They're like, you see us? If you try it,
try one. And I'm sure, and I like what the Nigerian people started doing. So they're like, yeah. Do not involve us. We are the head of that thing. We know, Mara. Do not involve us. Analysts and critical people came out and spoke against it. Eventually, what they did, that's unity that I'm talking about.
Yeah. I think the truth of it, like you said, they are aware of those things, but because they've seen how their comrade has been brutalized, and they're like, "Aye, Baba, let's leave this for."
I might be wrong. I might be wrong, but this is just me.
No, but I hear you. We're dropping our opinions here.
Yeah.
Somewhere, somebody is watching it. I'm like, yeah, guys, we hear you. I think that's what is exactly happening.
But my point is, I bet one of our leaders, they were in the room when someone was dealt with. I might be wrong about this, but
of course. Funny enough, I was saying that I cracked a joke. I said, see, as much as yes, the freedom of this very particular country, yeah, we understand every black fight, including some of the whites and stuff. But I'm like, I like saying to my wife and a few others who choose to just hear my opinion. I'm still saying again as an opinion. I'm like, South African freedom was born on the back of Chris Hani. If that guy if they did not remove that guy, I don't think that's the freedom. So, but the question there is the fact that there must be, like you said, people were in the room, they agreed. That, if this 1994 must be a reality, you see this one?
It has to out.
Because the thing there for me as a pain is, and this is the thing also, my opinion.
We're not saying we know for
exactly. That's why I keep saying my opinion. This is the thing there, my opinion. And especially when late Mawini died. Do you notice that it took broadcaster and the powers that be 24 hours to release a video that Mawini was not the one who killed Stumpy? My question is, are you telling me that it takes 24 hours to produce that video? So which means that video and the documentary has been there, but yet you keep quiet. At what
cost? Do you know that people came out, and this is a sad thing, I'm saying our unity is very weak, it's very fickle. There are people who came out at the TRC who confessed, we had a targeted propaganda mission against Winnie to demonize her.
And that woman died not knowing the truth. And literally 24 hours before her death, that video has been, for me it was the video. I'm like, no, I think after then I kept quiet. I'm like, Darlington, yes, your permit is written with pencil. It can be cleaned anytime.
So for us to unite, let's do things in pockets. Let's be intentional. Let us know what we're doing, and then be aware that we are facing a juggernaut.
With all that we've said thus far, do you think that at the space in which we're going, we'll ever have an AfriOne? Because the show is called AfriOne for a reason, where we just become one, where the visas and the borders will not be a thing of discussion again.
One thing I like about the space that we're in, the generation and the time that we're in, which the vile spawn of Satan used well to divide us. It was voices and information.
True. Okay.
They used information and voices to create separation. Whether we see this happening doesn't matter. Okay. The point is, it's there. in the internet somewhere.
I
Someone
hear
will
you.
see it eventually.
And run with it.
Because this voice has been coming for a very long time.
True.
Kwame Nkrumah in the 1968. What we're saying is not new. But it has been gaining momentum
The
slowly.
Berlin conference, that one was also there. So
You know. So what I'm saying, information, we are putting it out there.
I hear you. I hear you.
Eventually, I see with my son, how my son thinks. How my son thinks. So, let me show you an example. One time in class, a new kid came from Zimbabwe. And other kids wanted to bully the kid. He said, yeah, not in my space.
Wow.
And when I look at it, it's not because of him.
It's because of what he's hearing from you and the information he's gathering. Wow.
That's why he picked up and did that.
Wow. Wow.
Because what is he doing? He doesn't know what he's doing. He's seeing a human being. So my point is exactly that.
So it may not even be about us, but it's just about us pioneer. It's like what I like saying to most of my circle. I said, I'm like, and I know my space. I said, I'm like Martin Luther King Jr. I don't know who the Obama will be tomorrow. But I'm just going to talk, and I'm going to use my mic to talk, bring like-minded people for us to talk, so that at least, like you said, the internet will have all of this very particular information. And maybe out of these very particular conversations called AfriOne, we may wake up one morning and literally our currency is called AfriOne.
Oh.
And that's it.
Can we understand? Can we understand that the tree that we're planting is for the shade for our grandchildren?
True.
We're not gonna get. We're not gonna.
Say it again. Say it again.
We're not gonna be under that shade.
Say that tree. Say that tree again. Say it again.
The tree that we're planting now is a shade for our grandchildren. There's no tree that you've ever planted that you saw the fruit of it in your lifetime.
Wow.
There's nothing like that.
The tree that we are planting
It's a shade for
is
our
a
grandchildren.
shade for our great grandchildren.
When they have shade above them,
Yeah.
they now can work longer hours.
Aye. No, you see this one. This is the clincher. It's okay. Like my interview is over. like done.
It's fine. I can go home now.
What?
They can work better, D, because they've got shade. They can work longer hours. Try to work in the sun.
Damn it. And also, this is the thing that is quite interesting. If the tree that we are planting is disunity, because for me that's where I'm thinking. That's why your talk. This is whatever you just said now. Me, I've already taken it. So which means, and this is me looking at the camera. Whatever tree you are planting is a shade for tomorrow. So the thing there we need to be deliberate is, what tree are we planting?
You see, as I said, we need to be very deliberate. We need to be very deliberate. The fact that Africa is the youngest continent in the world, guys, that's a very big advantage. That's why they're going out of their minds right now, trying to block us from every corner of the world. Because if we are the youngest and they're the oldest,
and they are seeing how we are going far, almost, I've used the word almost without their approval.
the fact that they've oppressed us for so long, yet we are still thriving, and we're the youngest in the world, they know that their children stands no chance. They know that. So let us be intentional. Let us speak the words. You are a man of God. You speak to it.
We speak, but as much as we speak, I choose to be a man of God and also pioneer stuff. That's why for me, I tell people, I said, no.
You cannot be a man of God and not pioneer, Chief.
I can't keep quiet about this. I can't, and that's why the name Afropolitan Apostle come into, that I'm an African, as an Afropolitan, but I'm also doing it from a standpoint as a pulpit person, which is the apostle side.
Was it Steve Harvey said something very painful when he came and started doing his show in Africa,
Yeah.
in Ghana, South Africa, Nigeria, I think. He said he doesn't understand that the fact that our studios are as dope as what they have in America. But it is something that is not happening. And the reason why I came to Africa, you know what is it for? Because we've got everything. We've got the numbers. We've got the audience. We just don't have the sprinkle dust. If we can know what sprinkle and how to sprinkle it, it can then explode. That's what it's here for. So we are over 1 billion. We are over 1 billion. Imagine we make content. Imagine products that only 10% of that billion buys.
We are good. As a final, almost closing the conversations now, which country will you like to collaborate, and why will you want to collaborate with them? The camera is yours. You have 2 minutes
I
to
have
be
2
able
minutes.
to call out the countries and why you want to collaborate with these very particular guys.
Okay, Mozambique, because that's
Because
my
your
mom.
mother is from there.
My mom is from there.
You're doing home first. You think,
mom-
I store information.
my mom is from there. Is from there, and they have beautiful land and whatever. There can be a lot of great.
I can't wait for me to just explore this continent.
Yeah, you know,
can't
and I love Rwanda.
Yeah, and you know, Pokagame has made the country literally now visa free for all Africans.
Yeah, so I love Rwanda, and I'm going to take advantage of that, to be honest, because at least they've shown that it's doable and it can be done. So for that point of view, I would like to collaborate with people like that because they have shown
It is doable.
It is doable.
They've put themselves in the water
Yes.
and they says we can't sink.
So it's always nice to hear from people like that. Now I'm talking business now.
No business, yeah.
Yes. The other one, it's Zimbabwe. As funny as crazy someone might think.
That's what I'm thinking. Okay, I'm so interesting.
Think about it. Zimbabwe has got so much wealth that even under sanctions, you still have 50 planes going to Zimbabwe every day.
That country is a mystery. That's
Why?
what
Why are they going there? If really they're poor, why do you close them out and not go there? But yet you've got white people going there every day.
there's resources.
Planes are sold out. So now that's business in terms of me and business outside my industry.
Yeah.
Now, when it comes to my industry,
You're laughing. Look at the
when
camera.
it comes to my industry, is Nigeria. Why? Couple of reasons. You guys have found a way of owning, and that's a hunger for me. That's something that I would love to be able to own, to say I own that, it's mine. If I own it, it means my children, my great-grandchildren are sorted.
I hear you.
That's what it means. And I don't think in Africa there's an industry that's bigger than Nollywood.
No, Nollywood is Africa. Nollywood is number one.
Nothing.
And Nollywood number one, number two in the world. So
It's number 2 in the world. So there is nothing that's bigger than that. Number 3 is that the fact that you are able to tell your own stories your own way, it means it's something that can be taught for our people, even here back home in South Africa. Where to say, yo, let's also use this same. I don't believe in starting something. I don't believe in starting a new thing. It has been started.
Yeah.
Show me how to do it.
So that I can improve on what I know.
Yeah. I don't know how to reinvent a wheel. There's a wheel. You see, so yeah, and I love the audience. You guys are not scared to support each other in terms of
We
your.
are not scared. Nigerians we're on the open. We're like this. Like, come home. Come home.
That's the dope. Imagine the fact that you guys in your early days, before it became this big, you were having awards in London. That thing blew my mind. I didn't understand it.
Nigerians are crazy. Like one of the guys, Nigerians are the only one who will go into water and sell. I mean, who go into the sea
And sell the
water
fish to the fish.
And he said that
But
my
you see,
friend-
that's the confidence that I would love to learn. Because if I learn that, and that ability of collaboration and work ethic, it means my kids are sorted.
if somebody wants to reach out to you now, because my time is really running out now, somebody reach out to you, how can they find you? How can they find you? This talk is not over. We'll come back again.
Well,
Come back for
definitely.
part two.
Of
This is
course,
just part one.
my social media are very easy. It's my name, Fumani and Shilubana.
Okay.
And-
And which one is the easiest place you communicate that you stay?
I stay. It's my email.
Email. Okay. What's your email address?
Exactly my name, Fumani and Shilubana @gmail.
The email address is currently on the screen like that, in case if you guys want to reach out to him for traveling. Nollywood. Yeah, he says he wants to come to Nollywood.
Yeah, most definitely. And if it wants to be done professionally, I have an agent, contractors. You know,
No, it's okay. Your email is fine. When you get there, you people will sort your problem.
yes, we solve our problem. But yeah, so for me, that's the thing. Because is that, and like I had said earlier, in my last 5 seconds,
Exactly. We were looking at the time now.
during the time, is that I'm literally in a kind of rebranding.
Okay.
And my rebranding is before we even met today.
Yeah.
You see, when you prepare, I love to say when you prepare for something, prepare for it manifest it, prepare for it. When it happens, already you are ready for it. Already in the last year, I've been saying, for this is what I want to do, this is what I do, but I wasn't really serious about it. But in the last month, I've been hitting gym. I've been eating one. Why?
Because
So
you want to...
Yes. Have you seen those Nollywood actors? Damn.
Guys, you can see he's a prince. He's in Nigeria. I'm in South Africa, because you can see his height. So, like the joke he cracked, for those of you who are saying that South African Nigerians are taking your women, I don't think I can take his women. He's tall. And I'm brief. But I say all this because I really want to appreciate you.
No,
and
my
to say
brother,
thank you for coming. I really appreciate you. But just know that this is just the first.
Thank you.
We're coming back for... There's a lot of things that we need to talk there's stuff that we've talked here that I need to go back again and rewatch and pick out something for you to come back again for us to be able to discuss on that properly.
And the nature of... the ability, the discipline of being professional and disciplined is that... Imagine if I was very funny to your wife 10 years ago when I first met.
Shame. Market has closed for you now. Like nothing will happen.
You see, so it's very key to be disciplined and
respect people.
and respectful.
You never can tell.
You never can tell.
With that being said, family, we've come to the end of this very particular broadcast. We'll see you on the subsequent episode. Always know that as your Afropolitan apostle, we are all about uniting, elevating, and innovation. With that being said, thank you so much for watching. Please keep subscribing, share this, tell people that Africans, we are currently talking. Let them also come and join in these conversations and begin to unlearn, relearn, and learn. Bye for now, and God bless you.